It's a week before the country commemorates 16 days of activism against gender-based violence, an issue that has been a scourge in the country, and statistics speak for itself, with over 7.3 million South African women over the age of 18 facing some form of physical violence in their lifetime. This morning we've been here in Pretoria, where the Human Science Research Council has released a groundbreaking study looking into the prevalence of gender-based violence in the country, as well as trends and patterns around it, to bring into the conversation and to get more information. I want to bring in the Minister of Women, Children, People Living with Disabilities. We've received this report. We've heard some of the statistics saying over 1/3 of South African women have in their lifetime experienced some form of violence. I want to start with, when you were listening to these findings, were these statistics and numbers and patterns a revelation for you, or something that the department had already formed and seen from the work that they're doing?
In fact, some of the findings are exactly what we've been talking about. That women are physically abused, that women are sexually abused. We've been talking about that. But the study is therefore confirming that in the most scientific manner, so that it's not just what we think, but it's exactly what people that participated in the study are saying. And therefore we can easily generalize the findings of the study. So yes, indeed, others are being confirmed. What probably is we didn't anticipate is that women who are cohabitating are more prevalent, in fact are more exposed to sexual abuse, to physical abuse, than women who are in permanent relationships, such as married women. We didn't anticipate that. We thought maybe the study, under normal circumstances, will expect women who are in marriages or permanent relationships will be more exposed and will endure more gender-based violence than the others. So this is one thing that has come to before us, and we've said, wow, this is something we didn't anticipate. So yes, that actually says, again, we've got therefore to go to our policies, to go to our national strategic plan on gender-based violence, look at how best do we strengthen that portion of our work.
Mm-hmm. One of the study's findings was that while it is a diverse group of women that are affected across the board, there seems to be a vulnerable group, which is the women living with disabilities, as well as young black females. When you are looking into your policies, have they been taken into consideration already, and how do you in the immediate state assist this vulnerable group?
The white paper on disability, rights of persons with disabilities, it does include some of these things. However, it has not been so clear to the extent that you now know that women with disabilities are 2 times more, in fact, it's 50% more to experience sexual abuse than women without disabilities. Whilst even for women with disabilities, the numbers are still very high, but what it means is that with that sector, which is about 3.3 million in South Africa, those that are women will experience sexual abuse more than the women without disabilities. They will experience a physical abuse more than, and you can imagine, like we were saying in our statement, that many of them will not even be able to report it, because maybe they can't speak, they can't hear, probably they can't even walk, and therefore they are left in their houses with these perpetrators, because remember again, we are saying it will be family members, it will be somebody that is very close to this woman who will abuse them. So they will keep this within themselves, or they will not be able to express, and the court, if they were to go to court and report these cases, will expect them to be able to give evidence beyond reasonable doubt, which is a problem again. So these are the issues that we believe we need to look at, working together with the justice cluster to say, yes, beyond reasonable doubt. Mm-hmm. But how do you expect a person who is not able to speak nor to hear to be able to give that evidence that is beyond reasonable doubt, where probably we have delays again in forensic laboratories, finalizing DNAs and so on and so forth. So how do you expect that to happen? But also we're looking at at other issues to say some out of that they fall pregnant. Some they fall pregnant, and with pregnancy it's supposed to be very easy therefore to open that case, because now you have a baby or you have something that is growing inside that you can always take a specimen and analyze for DNA. So if say that person did not report the case immediately, but there is pregnancy now out of that pregnancy can actually be used in court by taking the sample and then of course analyze that for DNA and link it to the perpetrator. So it's a number of issues that we believe we need to sit down and look at and see how best do we deal with these cases, particularly for women with disabilities. And indeed, one thing good about this is that this study is being released at the time when we are indeed in the DRAM, which is Disability Rights of Persons, Awareness Month of Persons with Disabilities in South Africa. And I think this is one other thing that we need to talk about.